didn't work. Hello, everybody. Phenomenal, sir. Coming at you with some more Saturday morning jank in the form of FESTER'S Quest. Sorry for the weird intro there. I wanted to see if it was possible to have my microphone muted on one scene and not on another. It appears that that is not possible. So I would have to just remove the microphone, which is fine. I can just remove the microphone from those. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe I can't. Whatever. That or I'll just have to not be blasting the speakers when I start the Rings of Power music up. In any case, let's see if we can get this bad boy started. We played a little bit of this yesterday, and I had fun. I got to boss 4, which is 4 bosses farther than I ever got as a kid. And it is very much one of those games that, like, when you're a kid and you don't really have a grasp on the controls, you have zero chance of being successful. It's a great life analogy. But now that I know what I'm supposed to be doing, it's actually pretty easy. Not terrible at all. Let's go to that. Is it picking it up? It is not. This is something I'm gonna have to get used to, is like constantly resetting the capture so that it picks everything up. Because I never had to worry about that with Twitch Studios. Anyway, so we're gonna start honest. We're gonna play from the beginning, and we're just gonna see how we do. We are using a turbo controller. I cannot imagine playing this game, which is probably, honestly, part of the reason I had such a hard time as a kid. My hands probably got tired. Not having a turbo controller. This is secretly the best weapon in the game right here because it shoots in a straight line. Second only to level 8, which also shoots in a straight line, but it's like 4 times powerful. I'd be curious to know actually what the damage calculations are for each of the weapons, because it does feel at times like you're not making a big difference, other than like the range and the wave pattern of the weapons. It doesn't feel like there's a big difference between early and late stage guns. Kind of like for Castlevania 2, there's like a clear delineation where you can look and see like, okay, this, like you use the basic whip attack as a 1. And then you can figure out how much damage every weapon does based on how it compares to the whip. So like this is equivalent to 3 whip hits. This is equivalent to 6 whip hits. That kind of thing. And then like the throwing weapons, it's like this does 1/2 of your current whip's damage. So if you know, like, okay, the fire whip does 8 damage, then this dagger does 4 damage per toss. Cool. I think I've seen anything like that for this game, but it's not to say it doesn't exist. It's just I had been wanting to play this for a while before I stopped streaming. It was always one of those ones that would, like, at the start of the month I would be talking about playing it for my Halloween games, and then by the end of the month I was like, I'm not gonna play it. I've got other stuff I want to play. It's not really scary, kind of thing, and then I just never played it. But after watching Cleveland Tom play it, I felt obligated to, because I pestered him about it for a couple of weeks, which I've talked about that already. So, like I felt obligated. It's like, okay, well, if I made him suffer, I gotta suffer too. But honestly, I'm not hating it. It's not the most engaging gameplay. It's not challenging either, though. Once you know what you're supposed to be doing, once you understand the controls, which are a little counterintuitive. But Rings of Power. I'm gonna do a couple more passes, and I'm just trying to farm my weapon up to a point where I can like hit stuff. I'm gonna do a couple more passes, and if I don't get another gun upgrade or 2, then I'm just gonna follow it. I think this is good. But if I can get another one, then I'll be happier, obviously. Because having those cannonballs going into the sewers is just like, it's suicide. You can't hit shit. there's nothing that you can hit because the tunnels are just too narrow and the fire range is way too wide. I don't know what they were thinking with that. There's literally blind spots in the middle of the firing mark. I'll grab that one because that'll downgrade us. I had somebody ask, they were like, why would you even want to downgrade your weapon? They're like, sort of it just being a punishment, like a troll from the devs. I guess in theory, if you're going into the sewers, like, you know your weapon is too high level, you can't hit anything, but I don't know, that feels like I'm making excuses for just a shitty design choice. Honestly, it just feels like they shouldn't have done it. There we go. We win. That wasn't too terrible. We got like 5-10 minutes. So there's nothing down to the right. Nothing down to the left except the hot dog stand. So both the items we want to get here and the sewer entrance we want are to the top. Again, just a weird decision. Like they give you like a big middle finger on the bottom. If you go down there first, it's like, fuck you, dummy. You get nothing and you like it. But then up here you've got two very useful items, and also you've got the actual route you're supposed to take to progress. It feels like you should have had one of the items or both of the items be on one side and then the path be on the other. That's just me. What do I know? I've only played 170 games on stream. A novice. A novice gamer. Doing novice gamer shit. And again, I don't know how long I'm going to stream today, because I just, you know, I'm in basically, like, early overtime, if you want to call it that. Like, I'm not really supposed to be back until January. There's a little bit of work I need to do on school, just like some final little paperwork stuff I got to do to turn in pre-graduation. And then, again, voltage work, which we tried to do a little bit of work on voltage yesterday, but I was like putting myself to sleep doing it, because I'd been up so late the night before, I just didn't have it in me. But having had a chance to like look at it a little bit, fool with it even for like an hour, I feel like I have a better grasp on what I need to do, like what's left and how much time is left before everything's done, which is motivating me to kind of get it done and be done with it. And then we'll get to play voltage in February. As I said before, you know, if I can get the achievements working, then obviously I need to 100% the game, right? Like, I'm a big fan of collecting achievements. So I can't very well design a game with like 70 plus achievements and not go out of my way to get them all. And my hope is, I've been planning to do this for a while. So I know I've had some people that have asked, you know, Philip Schneider's asked me, am I going to have to replay the whole game to get my achievements? Well, you'll have to replay it to get some, because there's achievements keyed to both endings. But you don't have to play, if I've done it right, which, you know, 50-50, then you may turn on the game and get like 70 achievements right off the bat. You can barely hear me over the game? Well, then I will fix that. Thank you. Is that because the game is too loud? Donate to the treasury. There it is. Is the game too loud? Oh, yeah. Or am I not loud enough? I guess is the question. How's that? Is that better? For some reason, the output was maxed out on the game, so I apologize for that. This should be better, because we should be even now, but I'll unpause it. Let me know. Also, welcome in, Goblin. I don't know why it does that. Streamlabs seems to just like change things sometimes because it feels like it. Because I definitely had this same conversation with AK Potatoes yesterday and like went out of my way to rebalance that stuff so that everything was even. Oh. Well, then you'll never hear me because I'm going to be holding the fire button down the whole time. Okay. Well, let me mark you down for your stuff. So you did a temple donation. So you're up after you left yesterday. AK Potatoes came in and went crazy, and Temple of Void is now winning. So, but you've got him. You've tied with him. It's just you don't have people pulling their weight on your team yet. And we got 2 donations to the treasury from Goblin Junkbot. There we go. But it's better now. Yeah, you got a team for the temple thing. which is essentially just as people redeem stuff, they get added randomly to whichever team has the fewest members. So all of the stuff gets added up at the end of the month to figure out which temple wins. But then you individually are trying to be the highest scorer on your team, because then you get a reward as well. So if you're the highest scorer on your temple, and there is a chance that you could win 2 things in a month, especially like right now, where there's only like 3 people on each team that actually have any points accrued, you know. So I'm still feeling it out. Still trying to figure out how to make it fun and not overly complicated. Oh, well, that's okay. It's a whip. It doesn't matter. I don't have a whip yet. I got scared for a second. I saw that pink and I was like, no, bastard. No, Ralph the Frog. And then up here, there's the invisibility potions, right? Yeah. Alright. This is Baby's first office building that gets us our health upgrade. And then we come out the side. There we go. That's like our little intro to how the office buildings work. And I could just like get a potion, like use one of my potions, but I'd rather not. So I'm gonna walk back down here and buy a hot dog. Get a hot dog and have a good time. Man, it's so interesting. The one thing that does really feel like a power bump in this game is once you get the whip and those obstacles are no longer like obstacles, you can just hit through them. I know in the European version of this game you can shoot through those obstacles, but like trying to like navigate around stuff like that when all you have is the gun to like kill the enemy that's on the other side is pretty hard sometimes, and having the whip be able to just hit through stuff is so much nicer. Hey, Perth. You hate teams? Well then don't see it as a team, just see it as a bunch of other losers that are helping you win. And just focus on being the highest scorer in the Red Temple. There you go. It's not really so much a team as it is a group project, and everybody knows how much I love group projects. At some point, I'll regale you all with tales of my my last semester of absolute hell. I don't want to say anything yet, because there is a very small chance that I could badmouth somebody and it could affect my grade. Keep giving me blue frogs. That's fine. I don't mind blue frogs. Oh, you bastard. So this is the mash. And this is the turbo. Feels like the game was made for turbo. Given the fact that normal enemies require like 8 to 10 hits from the most powerful gun, like normal enemies that appear in the first 5 minutes of the game, you start doing the math on how many times you got to press the B button over a playthrough, and it gets gross really fast. Wasn't the most bountiful of slime monsters, but now I gotta wait for these gun downgrades to go away, because I sure ain't gonna pick them up. Hell no. Yeah, so I actually did some research on this, because the reason I started thinking about it again recently was because Cleveland Tom has been doing Blaster Master runs, and there's some obvious similarities, like the style of this play is very similar to the walking segments in Blaster Master, and they reuse some like sound effects and things like that. So I was like, man, I want to look and see. And it was in fact made by the same core group of developers that made Blaster Master. And apparently the reason this game was made, because it was made before the Addams Family movie came out that had like Raul Julia in it. So Addams Family was like in a little bit of a slump. It came out like 2 or 3 years before that movie. And apparently the developer, like some interview that they did with the head developer for this game, he said that he had a very vivid dream where he was playing a game called Uncle Fester's Playhouse. And it was such a vivid dream, and he had so much fun in the dream playing the game, that he like contacted the widow of the creator of the Addams Family and had to make a bunch of phone calls and then like an overseas flight to meet with her to get permission to make the game. And then they made it, and it was a game in that you could play it. But like several of the bosses are just pulled from Blaster Master. That's very much a Blaster Master exercise, just with the Festers, with like an Addams Family skin on it. But it's really not consistent with anything you would see in the Addams Family universe, right? Like, other than him using light bulbs to light up sewers, I guess. But, yeah. What can I say? Cocaine is a hell of a drug, y'all. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hello, 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 Cosmic Code. How are you doing, my friend? How have you been? What were you playing? Welcome in, everybody. Look at this guy showing off. I don't know if I'm showing off so much as just showing up and hoping for the best. Hello, Cosmic. How you be? War Thunder. You're playing tanks. Tanks and tanks and tanks. Well, how was it? Welcome in. Thank you for raiding. Hello, everybody. I know at least some of you probably know me. But if you don't, I'm the Phenomenal Sir. I have just returned from an 18-month hiatus on streaming, and I am back again, bringing you the greatest games of the 80s, 90s, and today. And we are currently playing FESTER'S Quest. Did that work? It looks like it worked. I gotta make sure. I'm new to this whole Streamlabs thing. I'm not sure exactly how it functions. Thank you for the sippies, Cosmic. We're drinking coffee today. I don't have the coffee pot, but just imagine that there's like a big handle on this and I'm chugging it. I gotta get a big metal coffee pot like Cosmic drinks out of. A man's coffee pot. I will tell you, Cleveland Tom, that playing this game with turbo is a completely different experience. I could not play this game with the button mashing. But... but we're playing Fester's Quest. Suffering in solidarity. Alright. I got to, if it seems like I know what I'm doing, it's because I played this game for like 2 hours yesterday, and I've gotten up to the 4th boss. But prior to that, prior to yesterday, I had never seen any of this in the game. I'd only ever seen the opening areas. It was one of those that, you know, as a kid, you don't have the brain capacity to understand what's expected in terms of controls. Y'all need to F off, for real. Thank you. Go away. Alright, so we're good on health. If we go down, it's just a long road of enemies and a hot dog stand. So if you're not already hurt, you don't need the hot dogs. If you're not already hurt, there's no need for hot dogs. And there is a gross enemy here that I hate. Because he's too freaking fast. He is actually faster than me. Yeah, F that guy. So you just use an invisible potion and just walk past him. He loses you after a minute, and I think if you can kill him, he doesn't come back. But we can get the whip, and then we'll finish him off. It's been retired. Well, that's some BS. Yeah. Well, I was like, you know, it's not bad. Like, you can walk through, it's essentially you just walk and shoot for like 2 hours and then it's done. I know the speed runs on it are really short. There's like any % speed runs and stuff that are like, you know, 15 to 20 minutes long. Like, it's not a long game, it's a game you play, right? Like, it's a thing that happens, and you are, in theory, in control of Fester's fate, but really, there's only one correct path. You're walking in a straight line, and you're shooting things. And there are mazes. So you'd rather play it on someone else's terms? Or are you saying that there's no way that you'd play it voluntarily? Morticia gives me a whip. Where you get that whip, girl? So now we gotta level this whip up, because if we don't, I don't know. I don't want to think it was a glitch. I want to think it was a legitimate strategy that we discovered last time for boss 3. If we can't, well, that's not what I want. I want an upgrade. If we can't get a whip upgrade or 3, then it'll be unpleasant fighting the next boss, because he's an unpleasant boss. Although I did figure out, no, you're not even supposed to be there. Stop it. You are not supposed to be there. I have been through here so many times, and that is not supposed to be a thing. You can F right off, sir. I am not going over there. Those things are horrible. They shoot you through the walls if you damage them. Because I was thinking I was cute, and I was like, oh, I'll hit him with the whip, because then he can't hit me back. No, he can hit you back. He can hit you back. If I have to, I'll use an invincibility potion and just run past him, but I don't want to do that. You're being paid in experiences and clout. Yeah, that guy was not there the previous times I came through here. I'm not about that life. These guys are the biggest pieces of shit. They only jump when you fire, so you can't hit them with the whip. Love it. Oh, love it. a whip upgrade, please. No. I wonder if I could just, like, farm frogs for a minute right here. No, because these guys are going to show up, and I don't like those guys. They don't drop anything. Now, slimes, on the other hand, drop tons of stuff. Sometimes they just drop things you don't want. Okay, that's one whip upgrade. Oh, you jerk. There we go. That's a downgrade. Oh god, I'm trapped. Good AI. It's troll AI, but you know, I guess it's better than an enemy that just runs in a straight line and lets you kill them, right? Like you can't fault the enemy for not wanting to die, I guess. There we go. That's second whip. We need one more whip and we're good. One more whip. Supposedly the whip is much more powerful, but I don't know. The turbo shots are a different kind of beast, so... Okay, I was like, I think I can scoot past it. Well, it'll be an educational moment if I can't. But... I just wanna whip. Other fun thing about the whip is you can grab items with it, which is both amazing and terrible, because you can accidentally, if you're like just firing away with turbo, you can accidentally grab a downgrade that you don't want, like through a wall, and it's bad. But, so I ran out of slimes. The benefit is that you get to look for more gun ups. I don't know. It's the only benefit I could think of. I was talking about it earlier. Was that if you don't want to farm, like these narrow hallways, you butt. Oh, these narrow hallways, the third tier of gun where it's the spiraling cannonballs, you literally can't shoot anything because it immediately comes out of the gun and hooks to FESTER'S right, so you can't hit anything at all, just flat out. So having a downgrade would let you be able to like shoot down the tunnels there, but it kind of feels like you're just making excuses for the devs, because really what it is it's a way to troll you. Just end of story. Can I remember the way through here? Just perfectly? I cannot. Luckily, these mazes aren't too terrible. Alright. And most of the bosses seem to be beatable by just standing in front of them and holding the fire button. And then using heals or invincibility potions, which you get, all your items get fully refilled after every boss fight. So... you know, that's, you just save your stuff and you should be fine. Yeah, there you go. Little less easy with the mash. Like, you look at how long I was just doing that, like this, to kill that guy, and imagine I had to push the button that many times. That would just be horrible. But yeah, everything's filled back up. I'm far enough in now that I am going to do a save state before and after each boss. If I die on the way to a boss, then I deserve the walk back, but I'm not gonna just bash my head against a wall over and over either. We're not doing this for bragging rights. We're just doing it to, I was gonna say we're doing it to say we did it, but that would be bragging, so we're just doing it. This is just a thing that's happening. This is just how we're living our lives today. Fester, you fat bastard. Thank you. Okay. I think we get missiles right up here, which is less exciting than it sounds. Yep. Nice. So you can see we've got our bulbs, we've got our vice grips, which remove. There's like certain enemies that when they hit you, you get slowed down, and for some reason you like use nipple clamps to speed up again. I don't know. And then money, keys, potion, missiles, the noose, which in the TV show there would just be like a noose hanging from the ceiling, and they'd pull it, and that was how they summoned their waiter. So once you get the noose item, you can use it to destroy all the enemies on the screen, non-boss enemies on the screen. And then the invisible potion makes you invincible, and TNT, you drop it on the ground and it's there until you shoot it or an enemy touches it. But because of the way the boss movement works, TNT is not really great for fighting bosses, because they always try to like stay above you, directly above you and centered. So you can't pull them down low enough to get them to step on the TNT. TNT is more for like clearing hallways and stuff, especially if you're not using turbo. Oh, they do respawn. Yeah, that's the intended purpose, is that he destroys all the enemies. Like, I think there's like a little thing where he pops up on the screen, like the screen goes black and it shows a picture of him, and it's like, "You rang, sir?" or something like that, and then all the enemies die. Which I guess is like a thing where they would like when they would like kick people out of their house or whatever, they'd be like, "Lurch, show them the door," or something, and he'd come get them. I haven't watched the old Addams Family stuff in probably 10 or 15 years, so. But that's my recollection of it, is that he would polite. Oh, my whip got downgraded. He would politely show them the door. Well, we're gonna attempt the face tank strat that I developed for boss number 4 here, and we'll just see what happens. Is this the way we came in? No, it's not. Okay. Pure gamer instinct, y'all, which is why I'm lost. You can only hit him when his shield is down. So I'm going to see if this works. This is not... I'm not doing as many hits as I would have liked. When I was doing this before, I was like glitched out, and I was hitting him constantly. And it was very weird. But I was here for it. But it looks like that was more of just the game getting confused than anything. So we'll have to see. I don't think there's going to be enough damage input here to get him before I run out of potions. See, the problem is the missiles kind of just zip everywhere, and it's really like random if you're going to hit him or not. Because it just has to, you just have to luck out and have one make contact while he's firing, or while he's like doing his attack or whatever. There we go. Well, that would have hit, but I was just a little too quick. Aww. Almost. I'm doing a bad job. I'm doing a bad job of this. This is probably the trolliest boss in the game. I've seen the other two bosses. The other two bosses are not as bad as this guy with the shield. There we go. Got him that time. I didn't know which way to dodge on that one, so I ended up missing my opportunity. Come on, get him. Get him. 2, 3. Yeah, I would have to work on the timing for this to be able to really reliably kill him with missiles. It's like somewhere between 1 and 2 seconds after he starts charging his sword. 1, 2. No. So it's like as soon as he does it, you gotta fire. Oh, I got a freebie on him there. Nice. Okay. So we're down to 1 invisible potion, 4 regular potions. Cleveland Tom redeemed a temple offering. All right, Cleveland Tom. Let me add that real quick while I rest my brain. This is your first thing, so you're going to be added to the Temple of Nexus, and are now contributing to Nexus triumphing over Void. And at the end of the month, the temple that has the most points, there's a drawing for a free gift sub. Highest scoring member of each temple also receives a prize, which will vary from month to month. So thank you for that. We got some watch streaks after 18 months of prophecy fulfilled. Yep. Kept that streak alive. Well, I mean, I guess technically just the last 3 days, right? I guess you just, like, fight him the honest way, right? Nah, that's boring. Nobody wants to fight him the honest way. Come on, please die, bro. I was so prepared to just use the whip and defeat you. And now I can't. Please die. Alright. Gaming. You can't. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to, when I play this game for the boss fights, I'm gonna have to like put like a line or something because the screen is like not the full width of my monitor, and I keep trying to go over to the edge and I can't get over it. I get confused. Like I literally just got hung on the wall there. That's why I died. Let's try that. I don't know if I wasn't able to hurt him with the whip because it wasn't maxed out, or if it was just like a fluke. But I definitely was able to just destroy that dude with the whip yesterday. Like, I just stood in front of him and went ham. And, you know, the hashtag hamstrats carried the day. But now nothing even wants to spawn over here. Good morning, Tech. How are you doing? Welcome in. Now they're not even spawning enemies for me. Jerks. If I leave and come back, will they? Probably not. No. I cannot believe I picked up that damn whip downgrade. At the worst possible time. Right when they stop throwing enemies at you. What the F is that thing? I have never seen such a crime. What is that? Oh my god. Hang on. I have never seen that before. And I hate it. Is it just invincible? Okay, that's interesting. Anyway, whatever. Okay, we're gonna try this guy again. We're gonna try again. We're gonna play for real. We're gonna do big kid game strats. We're gonna run randomly through the halls, screaming like maniacs until we get there. Thank you, Junkbot. Let me... Junkbot. There we go. Probably start doing those at breaks. But, wait. Oh, did I just, like, find my way back to the entrance? Womp. I was like, man, I got through this thing quick. I got through the maze in no time. No. You didn't. So then you, like, kite him back this way. You gotta keep him at the top of the screen, though, is the thing. Keep him at the top of the screen. Heal as necessary. Yeah, I don't know. I think I hear Cleveland Tom's voice saying, "Is this game bad, sir?" And I feel like this boss fight is probably the worst designed thing I've seen in this game. It's pretty stupid. Like, the way this boss fight is set up was obviously, like, the hitbox is so generous for this enemy. And just the fact that there's really not a lot you can do because you spend most of the fight just, like, maintaining his position on the screen. It feels like something where the dev was like, well, I can play it just fine. Like, I can do it, you know? What do you mean it's difficult? And it feels, it's one of those where the boss, like, the obvious intended strat feels gratuitous in its length, right? Like a Final Fantasy boss that has 1,000,000 HP. Like, who wants to fight that, really? You know? Like, this is actually how you're supposed to fight it. Except not getting hit. Well, I'd hate to be a filthy quitter, but I thought I had the strat locked in on this guy yesterday. We got through him so quickly, and it was just stupid luck. There we go. I think you just have to, like, maneuver him into the hitbox of the missiles, which is easier said than done. There we go. That was too slow. I'm waiting too long now because I like accidentally did some very sneaky maneuver on him. Holy crap! Yeah, so the problem is that the problem with that strategy, Goblin Junkbot, is he doesn't take damage if his shield is up, and he only moves when his shield is up. So even if I, like, tried to kite him down onto it, I don't think he would actually get hurt. I think it would just be like he would just walk through the TNT and waste it. That was rough. That took so much longer than it did yesterday. But we did it. I'm sure that there's some, like, amazing speedrun strat that makes that entire thing very trivial. Or it could very well be that, like, if my whip was level 4, I'd have been fine. Because when I played it yesterday, I hit a point where I was just out of all my items, and I literally was just like, oh, fuck it, let's just go! And I just stood in front of him and held, like, I was standing in a specific spot, and I was holding down the whip button, and just lit him up and killed him, like, in a matter of seconds. And it was multiple hits. It wasn't like he was last hit and I just got lucky. It was, he he took a significant number of hits back to back with his shield up from the whip. But I don't know. Where am I? There I am. But we'll work it out. See him trying to get me through the wall there? Little turd. I really need this sewer to give me some slimes. I need some slimy boys to give me some treasure. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, get away. Okay. No! Oh, that was scary. It's like the clues that we're gathering is supposed to be like basically telling us where Gomez is, like where Gomez Adams is on their ship or something. Just like a huge mothership. I don't know. Alright. So I actually feel more confident and less confident about this boss now. Because I'm just really concerned that this was a freak thing yesterday. But we'll try it. I did go down this hallway enough times that I pretty much memorized the route. There we go. Okay. Here we go. I use my invincibility potions first because I might accidentally take a hit. Like right there. Got 2 left? Okay. I'm holding the turbo button down and hitting the A button constantly because that is one thing I will say that the developers were kind. If you do not, if your potion is already active, you do not use another one by pressing the button again while it's active, which, you know, that would be bad. But yeah, that was like way easier than that shitbird. Oh, you fucker. That I fought the first time. Oh, you bastard. Get out of here. I needed that potion. Now I'll never win. Oh, well, there's finally my last whip upgrade. Yeah, because then it turns into like the Castlevania fire whip. There we go. Well, they're like burrowing in like fucking Diglets. It's just there wasn't a lot of maneuvering space there, so I couldn't get away from him. Like usually, if you just keep moving, they'll pop up where you were when they went underground. But that one was just, it was a bad spot. I haven't had it happen yet, but you can actually, there are like these frogs, if they hit you with their little fireball attack, it actually cuts your movement speed in half. And there doesn't appear to be a timer attached to that. It's just that way until you use a vice grip. So I don't know. Maybe there is a timer and it's just so long that you always die if you don't have vice grips. But yeah. Like you get killed by the enemies before it wears off. But yeah, there's definitely a this feels like one of those fucking spiders is gonna run at me. This is definitely one of those ones where not having all your items like full is just the game cannot be played without the inventory. Oh, and there was a freaking, I didn't know there was a hot dog stand here because I've never been over here before. Dang it. Is this the Addams Family Mansion? Because I know there's like there's another health upgrade outside of the Addams Family Mansion. There's like a secret path you can take or something. Let's see. It's gotta be. Mama gives you nooses. Okay. Thanks, Mama. Appreciate it. So does anybody... Look, I remember reading that there's 2 health upgrades. There's one behind that hidden wall in the first area. And then there's like a secret path behind the Addams Family Mansion. And I don't know if this is the mansion. It's the last item. But I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's not the last mansion. Yeah, hold on. Guess we're going in with 3. Oh, that's the Addams Family Mansion. Look at that thing. Okay. That's obviously the Addams Family Mansion, because it's a different color house. Duh. Can I get to the Addams Family Mansion? You guys are not even supposed to be out here. Get the F away. Can I get there? Is there like a secret path to get there? Oh, I sure do wish that you weren't here, though. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time fooling with this, because these digger monsters are the worst. Oh, I hate you so much. How was I faster than him after he hit me? Like, he was able to outrun me up until he made contact with me one time, and then the game was like, alright, you're good. Go have fun. Go have fun, Fester. Yeah, I don't know. Oh well. Maybe I'll pop up there later or something. Who knows? Got my health back. The next, unless I just completely misjudged it from the videos, I did get a sneak preview of the next 2 bosses just to see what kind of silliness I'd be dealing with. And the next 2 bosses don't appear to have like the ability to just negate your attacks. It's just they shoot a lot. So I'm less concerned about the next 2 bosses, I guess. But we'll see. Oh, whoops. They could have made that. That's just a weird little quality of life thing, but they should have had like these little squares be lit up, or like each, like 1 square away on each side should have been lit up just so you knew where you were on the map. Because you have to press A to use the item and you press A to use the stairs, so you kind of have to like press in different directions and test it to see if you are off the ladder yet. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just running forward and holding the turbo button. Oh, I don't know. That's a little spooky. Okay. Is this... I just did a loop, didn't I? Damn it, I did a loop. Okay. So down. It's funny because these areas are all like linked. You can see other areas we've been in and other areas we're going to go to, and they are more or less consistent with the underground layout and the above ground layout. Like if you go down a set of stairs into the sewer and you walk like 30 steps to the right and 20 steps up, and then you take another ladder, you're gonna be roughly 30 steps to the right and 20 steps up on the overworld map, which is something that not a lot of games, you know, they don't always do that. So I will give them props on that, on at least being like consistent in the layout, because it gives you the idea. Like if there was an actual in-game map, it would be even more helpful, because you'd be like, oh, I know kind of where I need to go, because I know that I need to go south, so I need to try and be working my way south when I'm in the sewers. But so that's something to, you know, give them props on, I suppose. Right? Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to see where we are for time. So we're like 1 hour in. And this is a casual run where I just don't know what I'm doing. I did use a couple of save states, which, you know, probably saved like 20 minutes, but it's not a long game. It's not a long game. Doesn't mean it's a game I want to play, you know, once a month like I do Rings of Power or whatever. Like, I'd rather play Rings of Power for 3 hours than this for an hour and a half. But, but at least it's not, you know, a terribly long experience. Which is really, you know, sometimes that's the best praise you can give a game, right? Like, yeah, it's not that great, but at least it's not long either. At least you only have to suffer for a little bit. Alright, so we're in new territory now. I don't know where we're going. But I guess we'll figure it out. This is the way I came in. So here. And then this is a blank wall. And this is a blank wall. So we gotta go this way. Let's check this first. Oh, this one is very maze-like. Sorry to anyone who's not a fan of this flashiness. I can hear Quex right now getting sick. Alright. We're gonna activate. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. It's the missiles are going after his fireballs. Okay. Yeah, this guy's not nearly as hard to dodge. You just keep kind of walking at full speed. I would love it if he would die, though. It's a freaking dinosaur. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's weird because, like, you're locking on to him, but the missiles aren't really going after him. They're just firing in random directions, right? Like, it's a weird thing that you can lock on to other things. Like, I don't know if that actually helps the accuracy or something. Oh, he popped me. Jerk. Yeah. Oh, okay, so I can actually just, like, run back and forth like this, and he can't hurt me. Okay. Okay, well, we're out of... Yeah, this guy's not nearly as bad. Honestly, the missiles were probably a waste of time. Yeah, I feel like the missiles were actually just slowing down the fight there. I should have just done that to begin with. He's way easier to dodge than those other guys. Okay. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. Alrighty. I keep expecting them to do me really dirty and just have me like have an enemy that spawns like right next to the start of an area. But so far they haven't done that. So now that I've talked about it, it's sure to happen soon, right? Surely not. Okay. I was going to say, surely... No, yeah, there he comes. And I was going to say, surely he's not going to come through the water at me, right? Yeah, so I missed out on my last health bar. I'm in. Oh, man. We're in, y'all. Hang on. I have no clue where I'm supposed to be going. Oh, Lord. Ah, yes. Some H.R. Geiger shit over there. More enemies that can only be hurt when they're on the ground. Oh, they speed up when you damage them. That's mean. Alright. Slimes, but spiky. Nice. Yeah, I'll have to look something up to see how to get that last bar of health, but I don't know. It feels like the extra bar of health is more helpful for boss fights 3 and 4 than it is for 5. And hopefully 6. Hopefully 6 is also easy on these fucking things. Ah, I wasn't quick enough. Damn it. Got me. He got me. Thank you for the temple offering, Junkbot. You're up to 1,375 temple influence. And it is a runaway for the Temple of Nexus at this point. Man, I can't believe that jerk got me. Wow. Yeah. Oh, shit. No, no, no. Oh, wait. I can break his bullet. Oh, see, so he's only scary if he's on the other side of a wall. I can destroy his bullets by shooting them. Haha. So that guy's way less scary than I thought he was going to be. Yeah, because when you shoot him, the little blue bubbles come out and they go through walls and you can't really do anything about it. But apparently, that's not a problem. I actually feel better about running into him in the sewer in future playthroughs, question mark, if there's future playthroughs of this. Assuming the last little bit of this game isn't like a massive troll factory, then I could see playing this again as like a redeemable thing. Having it in my adventure, which, you know, they're not available right now, but I'm gonna have the like bring back a classic redeem. It's just gonna be called something else. So you fuck off. I have no idea if I'm going the right way. I'm just trying to get away from that bug thing that's impossible to hurt. Oh, joke's on me. I wonder if the damage glitch still... I don't think it does, because you can't fall off. See, in Blaster Master, you could fall off of these and die instantly. And that's another thing I will say, like, hey, In FESTER'S Quest, you can't fall into water and die. In Blaster Master, you can, which also means that you can't do the damage boost to skip the maps. Which, you know, knowing the devs, they might have been like, well, we need to fix that issue because they're having too much fun being able to just skip everything. So, oh, this is nerve-wracking. Okay. I will also say, fingers crossed, it does appear that every enemy does the same amount of damage. Like, nothing is doing like 2 bars, which is nice. Oh, this is horrible. Okay. I had my finger on the invincibility potion button. I'm like, I'm ready if I need to. That was scary. You just gotta trust in the turbo, right? In turbo we trust. This would be borderline impossible if you weren't using a turbo controller. So, which is to say, this is borderline impossible on original hardware, on base hardware. Which I guess they had turbo controllers for the Nintendo, but yeah, no, this would be absolutely abysmal trying to play without turbo. So I give Cleveland Tom all the props in the world for that. I know I'm not doing that. I don't know what they're doing there, but I'm skipping it. So please don't chase me. Don't chase me. I don't know what this is, but I hate it. Oh! What the hell is that? Damn it. Okay, hopefully this is right. I don't know. I'm seeing new things. I'm seeing the same old shit too, though. And I hate it. Get out of here. I'm out of invincibility potions. Help me, everyone. I'm scared. Yeah, bring back an ASIC. Bring back the jank. Cost twice as much because, yeah, have the normal one, have the normal redeem for like games that I actually like, and then have a completely separate one that costs twice as much called Bring Back the Jank. That's just all bad games. Like, I'll play it, but it's gonna cost you. Yeah, a lot of this game looks like part of the boss from Blaster Master, I think. I get the feeling they were told, we'll let you make the game, but we don't want to spend too much money on it. Oh, what a... I may end up having to pull up a map of this place. This place is freaking massive. Oh. This map is probably bigger than the entire world map up to this point. Like all of the traveling that I've done up till now is how much traveling I'm doing in here. Yeah, I knew. I got a little too close to him before I started shooting. Yeah, that sucks. This whole thing's gonna loop me back around to that giant room of bodies, and I'm gonna be so mad. I think I might be too chunky to get them. Please don't shoot through walls at me. Yeah, like you just you hold down turbo, and as soon as you see an enemy, you stop moving. And just let them come to you. Oh, that strategy no longer works. Oh shit, I can't believe it. Oh, this is different. This is different and I hate it. Oh shit. Is this it? It doesn't appear to be able to hit me. That's convenient. I wonder, is this the same way on the other side? Like, you're patient, you cycle through your targets, because you gotta keep pressing A to cycle through. Is this the sweet spot? Feels pretty sweet. I don't know if those guns always fire in the... It looks like the guns are flashing sometimes too. So it might be that like the individual parts have to be damaged. Like Contra style. Like, yeah, it looks like a lot of them are... A lot of the missiles are hitting the guns. See? So I don't know. I don't know if this is actually helping me or not. But I did just like end up somewhere I can't get hurt. And I'm willing to use up my missiles before I exit. Because I don't have any invincibility potions. And I've got 4 heals, but I'm partially damaged. But, yeah. Okay, so these are destructible. Okay, cool. That's good to know. So if I do end up having to come back through here, if I had potions... I could probably just, like, tank those with the rapid fire. Okay, so that one's down. Does this... Oh, no, it moves. Okay. So it's a matter of the bullet is getting destroyed by going off the screen. Okay. Is this Metal Gear? It feels like it. There we go. Yeah, I'd be curious. Did we do it? Hell yeah! Hour and 14 minutes with save states. Not bad. I'd be curious to know. So obviously those two... Oh my god, it's just the same freaking person. It's just 100 of the same. All we did was save evil clones. Republican witch, you know? It's just a bunch of the same guy cheering. I get a screenshot of that. Okay, we did it. There we go. Oh, and it's like, all right, get your ass back to the title screen and play it again, you jerk. Are they even going to show credits? Did they want to be credited with this game? I don't think they're even going to tell us their names. No, they don't want us to know who made it. Awesome. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sunsoft. There you go, Tom. Get your bread up. Come on, man. All right. So I guess if we want to call this a retro review, right? We'll call this a retro review. Thoughts and feelings. First retro review since Sir came back. Thoughts and feelings. I think that the game is obviously, it's kind of shallow in terms of its experience. There are some things that others have pointed out and that I pointed out, where sometimes it feels mean. I know in the European version you can shoot through the obstacles that are like on the map, like park benches and things, and it feels like that may have been an oversight, like a bug or something in the I don't know, because it's weird that they would do that for the U.S. version and then not do it for the European version. Have the obstacles block gunshots but not whips. Um, it's completely unhinged, right? Like there's no actual narrative whatsoever. Like if you want to know what the story is, I guess you got to look at the original box, like read the box on the back. The story is there are aliens. Fester steps up. Like um which I guess is what happens when you like do a bunch of drugs and then make a game based on a dream you had one time using a then defunct IP to to as a skin for it. Like I don't think that it needed to be a Fester's Quest game. I think you could have done anything with that. I think that they probably wanted to. They probably would have been perfectly happy just using the Blaster Master model character, but Sunsoft was probably like, hell no, you're not gonna taint our beautiful baby boy with this mess. But all that is to say, obviously it's janky. The experience was you know, two easy bosses followed by two really annoying bosses followed by two really easy bosses. Um, a big chunk of the game experience is getting stomped by a boss and then walking all the way back to the boss again, because if you die you have to start over from the beginning of the game with all of your items unlocked, but your number of items at whatever it was when you died. So then as you go, you're literally playing the game. Like, you're not playing the game again, but you're playing the game again, because other than your money and your gun upgrades, you're not going to have any items. You're going to have to stop at every single house along the way to replenish your items. You're going to have to go through all the mazes again. You don't have to fight the bosses a second time. Like, bosses stay dead, but that really is like where the length of the game comes from. The game is it's a walking simulator where you occasionally shoot aliens, and occasionally hit them. Um, so that being said, I think I'm not going to argue that it's like a high quality game. I felt really good beating it because it was a game that just used to frustrate me so much as a kid. Um, I applaud the people who got good enough at it to beat it without taking damage, or like beat it in 25 minutes or whatever. I never used the nooses. I just realized in this moment as I'm talking that I was complaining about how hard it was to get through that last stage, with all of those enemies that were like taking, that were just like tanking a ton of shots, and I realized that I actually had items in my inventory that could kill them. So that's on me. The final dungeon is actually easier than I just experienced, because I could have used the new. I think I had three. So at 3 points in that, when I was cornered by those little bubble bugs or whatever, I could have used a noose and just killed all those things. I wonder if the noose would have worked to kill the turrets on the final boss. Honestly, I might experiment with that. Um, I would play this again for an hour and a half of quote unquote fun. I'd play it again. Um, I don't intend on getting good at it. This is the level of skill you're gonna see, but yeah, overall, it's somewhere between 2.5 and 3 stars for me out of 5. Um, I think maybe even 2.5 and 2 stars, because the way I rank stuff, 1 star is just how much I liked it, and give it a half star in terms of liking it. I liked that I beat it. Some of the boss fights were cool. It just felt like there needed to be more variety in the boss fights. So 2.5 stars. We'll give it 2.5 stars. It's a 2 star game. It's objectively a bad game. It's not objectively broken, which would be 1 stars, but objectively it's not a well made game. It's a thing that happens to you whether you like it or not. Um, but there was something to enjoy. Like, there was some kind of catharsis there for me in being able to just walk and shoot things mindlessly for an hour and a half. Um, bosses 3 and 4 made it not a 3-star game. Those were the 2 worst parts of the entire game. Were just those 2 bosses. So, yeah. Those were my thoughts on FESTER'S Quest. And I'll put those on my YouTube as a retro review later. But yeah, so what are we going to do now, guys? It's only 9:30.